from Fnatic here. They are 5 squishy champions with a ton of burst, but with no front line and very, very little CC.
And 1 game away from having...
As upsetting Razork is not going to be a good time against Broken Blade is about to tick over to 6 and Skewmont. So in this position, even if G2 aren't winning out massively in the play, they're still winning because they're nullifying what Razork did.
Crashdown Heal came out there for extra movement speed. I think they have kill pressure on Hansama. Barrier forced. Oscar had already used the mist though, and he might just get cut down. First blood. Easy pickup. Mickey now running. There's nowhere he can go. He can flash. Sends back the bars, but Hans flashes over it. Quick double kill. And I don't think we're getting to game 3, folks. It's falling apart fast.
Razork tower, but it means that G2 gets the dragon. So 2 big objectives in the early stages already going to G2, even if they're not getting this massive gold lead like we saw in the last game.
I think one thing that will be different in this game, however, is that even if G2 get a lead, they won't quietly win. They got a lot of dive threat. It's going to be very explosive as Oscar tries to find the all-in, forces the flash out of Broken Blade, 1 more skip and slash. Not going to come out. But we do see that as time goes on, Oscar will be a bigger and bigger threat. Oh, I feel in my bones he's going to go for a dive.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the damage.
I don't think he should, but I feel it in my bones.
Because taunt as well, giving you magic resist. Ooh, okay, that's
he's fancy with it. Split fight, meanwhile, bottom side, Razork calling out the extra dogs. Baha Men reporting. That's the kill! I felt it in my bones! I didn't think it was going to work, but apparently it will. Now Caps is moving in. But Gwen, what's the timer remaining on the mist? Flash forward from Caps. Grasping, has the mist, walks away. These are the kind of plays that Fnatic need. Upset with the 4th shot, though, has now been pulled back. Skewmont ready to get things kicked off. That's the ulti going in for Razork. Intangible for a brief moment as he manages to step backwards. Xin Zhao out fading. 4th shot there for Upset. Big damage onto Skewmont. Humanoid from behind. They surely stick around for this one. Razork ready.
Curtain calls ready.
Dashing forward. 1 finding the bleed. 2nd dagger connecting. Lebrov in trouble. Razork getting the kill. Upset not going to get anything but 2 over to the dog in the jungle.
And you can hear the crowd. Fnatic.
Stop 6 rubs from going over as Oscar needs to be careful here. Not expecting the cheese. Does drop the ward though. Respects it anyway. Now turning back with the ulti. Oscar decent damage. Lebrov now in trouble. TP on the way in. Skewmont here as well. That's the mist taken out. Mickey running forward. Be able to get anything. That's the ult to flash forward. Manages to lock him too. Humanoid on the way and he's going to slide his way in. Doesn't even need the ulti. Rest of the team watching them go down, but there it is. Shuffled out, but caught under tower. But still, he'll manage to live. Fnatic on the top side, dominating. And now the dogs all out of the bottom, chasing down a juicy looking chicken, but he's going to fly to safety. No chickens can do that.
It's G2 trying to make the play. Oscar running spots it out. But immediately, it's all hands on deck. Moving from mid lane to make sure you can get into position to cover for this. And now Mickey, with the extra speed, Pop Blossom flashes it.
Another fight in the picture-in-picture, but important context there. You can see in the minimap, Galio Justice Punch maybe a 1/10 of a second away from canceling Humanoid's TP. Just the slightest of margin allowing that fight to come through. Broken Blade backing away. Humanoid off to the side. Blade who will TP out, knowing that he does not win that particular fight, but also knowing that Humanoid just burned his 1 and only piece of hard CC, his only tool to interrupt that TP. Herald now using the bottom side. Pace of the game accelerating pretty rapidly. Fnatic, yes, they did not get the kill on the top side, but they're pushing in that wave, and they might be able to force that tower down, but Fnatic are still so far ahead.
That's why I like the play from Fnatic. Like, oh, actually, TP now top side. That might have been a mistake Oscar did.
Oscar uses the mist. This time he's not quite so fortunate. He doesn't have a TP. Upset is on the way in. Mickey's here as well, but that tower is already gone.
Yet you were already winning on the map as Fnatic. You were taking the tier 2 for the tier 1. Fantastic. And then you can overload mid because you've taken the tier 2 quicker on the bottom side and look for the tier 1 in mid.
What I'm trying to say is that was questionable from Oscar. He has to chill, take a deep breath, because G2 happy to have that access back into the game. Right now that gold lead starting to shrink a bit as G2 one tower after another, and they're trading across the map. Maybe Fnatic can respond with a fight here, but Humanoid just continues to be a demon in the side lanes. No one is going to match him. G2 setup on Drake seems to be what they're prioritizing here.
Covering mid as well with Hansama and Skewmont, so they won't lose the tower immediately as Caps will need to reset. Can teleport back out onto the fight, but Fnatic on Dragon, look, they'll be able to secure it after they were able to cover G2's attack on the top side.
Mickey. Cheating now. Clone giving him the vision. Still the Drake to the side of Fnatic. Cloud Soul certainly powerful on a comp with as much mobility as LeBron.
And that's what I mean. This is kind of the changes that we've seen in Fnatic, whereas usually what you'd see around this time is, hey, we're going to push mid and overload one side of the map for Humanoid. But now they're just like, okay, cool, let's use the waves to our advantage. We're pushing on bot side, then we can hover Oscar in and out of vision, and now we set up for a play on mid where G2 can't really contest the wave until we know where Oscar is. But Oscar's now moving to mid to support Fnatic on this play.
Krug does spot the Hex Splash, stops Lebrov in his tracks. Teleport, excuse me, not teleport, tower set up mid lane from the Sun Disc, the Severing Bolt comes down. I mean, G2 are just getting...
The biggest issue for G2 is they don't have a way to contest sides. Oscar Rinen's just too big at the moment. And even when you look at Humanoid as well, like level 15, halfway to level 16, you can't send someone solo to deal with him. And that's where we're talking about this like trio of Lebrov, Hansama, and Skewmond. But now they're going to spot the Fnatic have just taken Otacon.
But they can spot. Ooh, they see Skewmond, know he's too far away. That Voracious Otacon picked up. Oscar versus Caps. Massive slow onto Oscar and Skewmond now trying to follow. Oscar trying to heal as much as he can, but Caps has been rooted in the meantime. And in goes the dog. Caps, quick fear to try to survive, but Razork is ready to follow up. Everything they can do from LeBron, everything coming out, but it's just not enough to stop the pick. The reset's going in. Broken Blade finally here, but it might not matter because Mickey, the perfect follow through, the 3-man. And all of Fnatic watches G2 fall to pieces. The triple for upset. Looking to make it a quadra, but Broken Blade manages to walk away.
Fnatic were mauled by the dog until they went up. Fnatic find everyone there. And now they will march towards this inhibitor.
No hair of the dog to save this one. Fnatic probably break open the base here as well. Start to play are so split that they can't find their footing.
It's also the intargetability on Razork means he's able to play deep, but doesn't get caught out now.
First shot going in. Taunt still channeled, interrupting Razork for a brief moment, but now Broken Blade needs to get the hell out. Skewmond already dead. Reset on the ulti is there. Razork not going to risk it this time around. Knows that Baron is his prize, rightfully earned. Fnatic 10k up, 26 minutes. Might not be able to make up for game one, but they can try to outpace G2 in their win at the very least.
Well, trying to see if they can get on towards Caps here. Does end up just skirting away from that one. Dragon is available. Oscar Rinne.
Rob, nice initial engage. Oscar Rinne caught out by Hansama. Hansama starting to hurt, but Mickey once again managing to find the 3-man. Goes golden, courtesy of the Seekers. In the blink of an eye, Hansama gone. Now Caps on his lonesome. Broken Blade cannot peel as he just tries to justice punch himself back. Fnatic just keep running them down. Razork intangible, dashes over the wall, makes it look easy. The dog's now moving in. Black Cleaver fully stacked. Caps, the only person in despair here right now is him. Razork set to finish the kill, but forced backwards. The grasping maw, the passive, but no. Goes untargetable, and Fnatic upset dominating. Fnatic dominating. Looks like they'll just close it out here.
I was gonna say it's over. Fnatic, they just find pick after pick. Hansama performed a magic trick, and it's his Nexus that disappears.
And here we go, game 3. Wouldn't have it any other way. A classic LEC matchup going the